MXTV is proudly brought to you by InsureMyRide, great bike insurance cover at an affordable price. And Moto, quality oils for more than 150 years.
Hello everyone, I'm Lee Hogan and welcome to this very special Christmas edition of MXTV. I'm joined once again by Brandon Bell. Welcome, Belly.
Thanks, Lee. I tell you what, we have more Christmas goodies on the show tonight, don't we?
We sure do. Kiddies, go get your mum and dad as we check out the Yamaha TTR 110.
Yamaha 2013 TTR 110 comes with a 4-speed transmission, 4-stroke. It's got electric start. The riders can take off in first or second gear and then they can change the gears while they're on the move without having to use the left hand to pull the clutch in. It's all clutch-free operation and enables them to gain the skills of getting used to a transmission gearbox whilst not having to operate a manual clutch. We also have the electric start to kickstart the motorcycle too, so they can utilise that if they wish to. It's packaged together in a product that, with Yamaha's quality in build, is second to none, and it means you can pass it on from generation to generation. One of the key design features of the TTR 110 is that the seat is quite flat compared to other mini bikes that are on the market, and it enables the riders to transfer their weight from the front to the rear of the motorcycle, enabling for better cornering and better handling. New for 2013 models is a white rear guard, and it's easily identifiable out on the track and to ensure you've got the latest and greatest bike hitting the tracks this year.
I'm riding the TTR 110. I thought that it looked awesome because of the white plastics and the blue. They just bond together really well.
Oh, it's very good looking. Definitely caught my eye.
It wasn't fast or slow, it was medium, which was really cool. For kids that won't bash it around, I guess, I reckon the suspension will be perfect for them.
Suspension's fantastic. Coming to a jump, bending down and stuff, great.
Brakes are awesome. They're really not too touchy, so pull the front ones in, you want to go whoop over the bars.
I reckon this is the girl bike. Definitely. It's got the looks like the girls and everything else.
TTR 110 this year has a massive discount, enabling that you're buying it at the best value that's available on the market. It also has a bonus of a high-definition waterproof camera that's available as well that you can mount on your helmet or on other places on the bike.
For all your motorcycle insurance needs, contact InsureMyRide at insuremyride.com.au. Comprehensive motorbike insurance from less than $1 a day.
Alright, for today's rider tip, we've got something nice and simple for our raw beginners out there, but also one for our already established riders that'll definitely up the cornering technique. Now, our junior test rider for the day, Cameron Bell, he's on the latest Honda CRF 70. This bike is amazing for keeping it nice and quiet. If you've got some neighbours around, you're doing this in your backyard, absolutely spot on. Now, as you can see behind me, a couple of tyres have been set up. Now, you can use some tyres, you can use some witches hats, anything that you can use as a track marker will work absolutely perfect. You need to start off with getting the right length, so the gap between your two tyres or track markers. Now, I say anywhere between 10 to 15 metres is a perfect distance. Now, we're going to start off with an oval shape, which means you can only go in one direction. When we're just starting off with same direction turns, it's very important that the rider doesn't drift too wide coming out of the corners. If you do, what you end up with is basically one big circle all the way around, and that's not what we want. You need to make sure that we have two distinct turns, so when you exit each corner, there has to be a certain period of straight line riding, and that's how it's supposed to work, and that'll help improve your cornering so much. Let them have a few laps practice just to get the hang of it, and then there's nothing better than pulling out the stopwatch and getting on the clock. You mark out a line exactly halfway between the 2 points and let them do a few laps on the clock. See what their lap times are and give them something to try to chase down. Now, if you're lucky enough to have a friend or a teammate come along that's on a similar bike size to you and a similar level, what you can do is line up next to each other, facing the opposite direction, and you take off at the same time. Now, what the goal here is to try to catch up to your teammate or your friend. The first person to catch up to the other rider wins the little competition. Now, this is more of a game rather than a specific drill where we're trying to teach you flat corner body position or ruts or berms perhaps. But it's still important to remember, right here at the moment, what we can see with a couple of track markers, these are distinct flat turns. There's no berm, no ruts. So what you need to try to remember is when we don't have anything to force the wheels into that's going to hold our bike and stop it from sliding out, we want to try to keep our body straight up and down and let that bike come off to the side a little bit. It's very important that you switch it back the other way, and time again when I've been coaching little tackers around the country, I always find that everyone has a preference of turning one way or the other. So whatever your weakness is, if you're not as good going to the right, make sure you work on your weakest link, because you don't want to have one direction that your competitors or your buddies even for that matter know that that's your weak link. They'll definitely find it. Over the years, this has been my job to race motorcycles around the world, around the countryside. I absolutely loved what I did. But being in a situation like this, seeing a couple of tyres set up, reminds me of being a kid. And you know what? It's all about fun. So make sure you're smiling, give it a bit of a go, and I'm sure you'll all enjoy yourselves.
Tonight we're going to have a look at the Raptor titanium foot pegs. Raptor titanium foot pegs are manufactured in the UK using the latest techniques in hand fabrication and laser cutting technology. The Raptor foot pegs are the only handmade foot pegs on the market, available in motocross and enduro style with super strong construction and weld quality, using aerospace grade titanium. The super wide 55mm base gives you extra support and grip, making it safer for feet and ankles on those hard landings and case outs. Raptor titanium foot pegs are used by more motocross and supercross teams worldwide than any other foot peg. And all the MXTV project bikes are equipped with Raptor foot pegs, and we think they're the best pegs on the market. And so do they, because they come with a 2-year replacement warranty. Utilising laser cut titanium to create perfect grip and maximum strength, Raptors use aerospace grade material and expert welding craftsmanship. So Raptor titanium pegs will never let you down.
Yeah, here at Horsham for the Australian Junior Motocross Nationals, just with the KTM guys helping out where I can, and it's just good to come down and watch the talent that's coming through out of the junior ranks these days. It's pretty crazy. I've been watching a few guys out there. There's a lot of names you can point some fingers at, and they're going fast.
It's good to keep an eye on the talent, see where the sport's coming from. You know, this is where it all starts. This weekend you see the Wade Carters, you see the Nato Crawfords, the Jed Beatons. There's a lot of talent, and the junior kids of today are probably a lot more committed to it than what they were 15 years ago.
Turned on the great weather for the finals, and every race has been a good race so far, so it's been really entertaining to watch the great young juniors riding, and some good Australian champions coming out of it too.
I love coming to the juniors every year. I love it. When I come back here, it's just all memories, you know. I even feel the nerves, and I sense the pressure that the young guys have, you know, the tension when they go up on the start line, and kind of take it all in, feel it all. It's a very good experience. I love walking around and talking to a lot of the competitors, and they're totally wrapped with it. It's a big week. It's a really big undertaking to put an event like this on, and the club here has just done an amazing job, you know, and the races have flowed smoothly, and everyone's had a great time. We've been providing technical services for KTM owners for a number of years now at the Junior Nationals. It's really satisfying. There's a lot of people that travel long distances to come here, and if you have a failure, you know, during the event, it could take you out of the event. And you know, we've got a lot of good stories about, you know, this week where we've managed to fix bikes and get people back on the track, and that's what it's all about for us.
Pretty great memories of me doing it. I've spoken to a few people this week that I was battling in this very same situation like 20 years ago now, more than that. So, you know, in the 80s, and so my last Australian junior title was 1990, and it's the same but different, you know. It's probably no bigger than it was then. People certainly spend more money than they did back then.
with the sun shining today. It's made for perfect track conditions. I look around the pits and I'm just seeing smiles from people. It's fantastic. All the infrastructure and everything that Kenny and his team have done, it's just fantastic. And in my opinion, we have raised the bar for junior motocross titles in this country.
We've just come over just for the pure experience of it, and it's been awesome. I'm really rapt that we did come for the experience, so we've had a really good time.
I had heaps of fun. It was the first ever year doing this. Missed out by I think it was 9 points, but I'm going to regroup for next year at Appen.
It's just great to have these guys here. I've been doing some interviews with them and they've been sort of quite freely giving tips to all the junior riders out here to help them through the week. And
helping the kids is something that is sort of natural for, I guess, most pro racers. I feel honoured to pass on the knowledge that I've learned over the years racing and help these young kids develop quicker and hopefully a bit better than what we grew up with.
Oh, this is their world. You know, all the young kids, they aspire to the great heights, and this is it for those. And the whole year leads to this last month of the year.
It's a showcase of Australian junior motocross talent that's essential to keep producing high-quality riders. I mean, you look at the current batch of Todd Waters and Dean Ferris and Kirk Gibbs. They're all guys who have won titles, who have gone on to win professional championships now.
The numbers here today, you know, the future of the sport's looking very, very good. There's some great quality kids coming up, excellent speed, good rounded people, so hopefully they're here for the long haul.
The kids that I've seen here this week, the front guys are definitely are going really fast. They're putting everything into it. You can see their bikes look good, their gear looks good, they look professional. The mums and dads look professional with all their pit gear on. You just look at the pits with all the tents. Everyone's going to bigger levels to make it better. I think that the kids coming through are definitely riding faster. We've just got to put that into play when they go pro and get to the next level. That way, I think once we work on that and get them a little bit, you know, from junior to senior, that little bit of a closer level, I think we'll bring a lot more people through.
Naughty or nice, every kid should have a Kawasaki KLXmas. Rush into your Kawasaki dealer for cashback on the Kawasaki Fun Bike range before the end of January. Get $350 cashback on the Kawasaki KLX140 range or $250 cashback on the KLX110 range. And ask your dealer about Kawasaki Motors Finance. So race into your Kawasaki dealer for a Kawasaki KLXmas. Conditions apply to approved purchases.
Combine motocross, enduro and trials, add a dash of supercross thrills and spills, and some of the world's best riders. And what do you get? EnduroCross. The 2014 KTM Australian Endurocross Nationals are coming to Brisbane, Archerfield Speedway February 2nd, Sydney, Valvoline Raceway February 15th, and Melbourne, Calder Park Raceway March the 2nd. Tickets at the gate or book online. Go to www.enduro-x.com.au. Be there.
MXTV is proudly supported by KTM, Alpine Stars, Kawasaki, and Pirelli.
Welcome back to MXTV's Christmas special, thanks to Moto. Well, this week we're testing out the Kawasaki KX110 Big Wheel. Let's see what the kids think about it. The Kawasaki KX110L is designed for youngsters and mini moto enthusiasts, and the KX110 can handle rider weights up to 70 kilos. The latest upgrades make the KX110 even more fun to ride, and with an electric start, starting the KX110L is even easier. The shrouds, tank, number plates, side covers and fenders are designed and modelled after the flagship motocross racer, the KX450F. With 4 gears, the ratios are selected to enhance the engine's acceleration capabilities. A low first gear enhances the acceleration from a standing start to make taking off easier. A manual clutch allows riders to master full control of shifting the wide ratio 4-speed transmission. An adjustable throttle allows performance to be limited, which is great for the learner. The KX110L has 3 separate heat shields that are mounted on the exhaust system, which is great for safety. Sturdy front and rear suspension complements the high tensile backbone frame. And the KX110L's 4-stroke engine is perfect for low maintenance. Now let's see what the kids think about the KX110L.
I rode the Kawasaki KX110 big wheel. It's probably the size of my 65 that I'm riding. Yeah, it was really comfy. The seat had like cushion sort of thing. I don't know what it had in it, but they did a really good job. Gears were really cool. Like you could click up and then it would click up with you. Clutch was really cool. Like you could let it out and just slip out really soft. Didn't have to click down to the gear that you needed on a 2-stroke. You could just go into a higher gear and you could just pull along, which was really cool. Brakes wasn't touchy. They were right in the middle for me, and the back was right in the middle as well, so yeah, really good. What I like most? I reckon I like the plastics on them. With the white plastic and the lime green, looked really cool.
Until the end of January, Kawasaki are giving away $250 cash back on the KLX110 range.
For all your motorcycle insurance needs, contact InsureMyRide at insuremyride.com.au. Comprehensive motorbike insurance from less than $1 a day.
Hi, Lyndon Heffernan from the Academy of Off-Road Riding. Got 2 things we're going to look at right now. First is rocky sections of trail and this nice little creek crossing behind me. With riding rocks, it's really important to stand up and let that suspension work. Your speed is also critical. If you go too fast, you'll deflect off bigger rocks and get bounced maybe off the track and into something bigger like a tree. So you don't want to go too fast, but at the same time you don't want to go too slow either, because you want your wheels to roll over the rocks and not just stop at each obstacle. So it's first to second gear, fingers on the clutch so you can control the speed of the bike and the engine, and make sure you look ahead for balance. Don't get sucked into looking down at all the rocks on the ground. Keep your vision up and just allow your body to move and just go with the bike. Now, this creek crossing behind us. Creeks are an area where you can really do a lot of damage to your bike. And I guess it's a place where you can do some damage to the environment. So firstly, when you come to a creek, try and make sure you use the correct entry point, use the shallowest line through, and make sure you exit on the proper part of the track. With water, up to about boot height, you should be able to ride through with the right technique. Anything that's above hip height, it's not really a place for a dirt bike to go through, unless you set it up specially like they do for the Campari in Darwin. The most important thing is to control your speed. If you come into the creek too fast and you hit something that you don't see, you can have a crash and down you go, drown your engine. Not too good for your motorcycle. So come in at a controlled speed. Again, it's like riding rocks. It's first to second gear, and you want to keep your revs up so the bike don't stall. And also remember that when you go into that water, you're going to lose a little bit of speed. So you go in at maybe first to second gear with a little bit of speed, keeping in mind you're going to lose that speed as you hit the water, but you want to keep enough speed, again, so your wheels will go over any rocks or tree roots or anything you find in the water. The speed that you're looking for should push a nice little bow wave away from your front wheel. While you've got that nice little bow wave, you're staying dry, you're pushing the water apart, and you should have enough speed to get over anything that might be hidden in the creek. If you start to get water up over your gloves and over your face, you're going a bit too quick. That might be all right on a hot summer's day, but I wouldn't want to do that in the Victorian high country in the middle of winter.
F1 Moto is an online retail store selling motorbike, ATV and PWC parts and accessories. Whether you're looking for general service, rebuild parts or increased performance, F1 Moto is the website for you. F1 Moto offers free shipping within Australia and the staff are available by phone to answer any questions you may have. So check them out at f1moto.com.au or call on 02 4681 9958.
Combine motocross, enduro and trials, add a dash of supercross thrills and spills, and some of the world's best riders. And what do you get? Endurocross. The 2014 KTM Australian Endurocross Nationals are coming to Brisbane, Archerfield Speedway February 2nd, Sydney, Valvoline Raceway February 15th, and Melbourne, Calder Park Raceway March the 2nd. Tickets at the gate or book online. Go to www.enduro-x.com.au. Be there.
MXTV is proudly supported by Suzuki, Bell Helmets, Yamaha, and SKF.
Get with this.
Make and create whatever we want, ride it, and then burn laps.
Welcome to my place, The Rocks, you know, this is where I live. We're pretty much at the bottom of Australia.
He knows he can turn it up a gear at any time he wants to. I think Ryan is one of the most mentally tough people. I've seen him put laps together out here that it blows my mind. Like, I seriously can't even hold on to the grip.
Hang on tight.
Well, here is the MXTV mini bike project. Of course, it's a 2012 KX65. A lot of you guys would have seen this bike last year. Now, Cameron was only starting out on a 65 last year, so he didn't need any engine performance to the bike. It's a year down the track, and now he's getting a little bit better on the bike, so we thought we'd put a little bit of extra mods on the bike. Now, the only thing we've done to it is put a fresh set of piston and rings in it, and we've put a fantastic Pro Circuit pipe and muffler on it, which makes the bike breathe better and gives it that little bit more extra punch. Something else that's new from Raptor titanium foot pegs is a set of foot pegs for KX65s. Cameron really likes these. He feels quite planted, especially when you've got little feet. He really can manoeuvre the bike a lot better with these foot pegs on. Chad, of course, did the suspension on it, changed oil and gave it a service, and that's all we've had to do with this bike. It's a great bike for kids that want to get into racing in a 65. Very cheap, economical bike, and keep watching because we're going to keep going with this bike in 2014. In tonight's product review, we're going to have a look at the King Chrome Industrial Series pick cart. The King Chrome pick cart comes with 7 drawers with a draw grip lock system. It has 2 integrated side lockers with adjustable shelves. The pick cart has heavy-duty handlebar steering with rubber grips and disc brakes. The heavy-duty axles have got roller bearings. It's fully lockable with tubular locks. All the drawers have EVA linings. And the pick cart has a PVC-coated MDF work surface. So if you want to look factory in the pits, get yourself a King Chrome Industrial Series pick cart. Presenting the bike designed for young riders who have gone beyond their first bike. The next level JR80. The 2-stroke engine has power to satisfy. Suzuki's oil injection delivers optimum lubrication and removing the need for pre-mixing of fuel. And a 5-speed transmission putting the power smoothly to the ground. Out on the trail, Suzuki's easy maintenance and reliability ensures young riders can extend their stay without worry. The lightweight design makes changing direction a breeze, and the RM-style seat is slim, sleek and comfortable. Smooth riding features include single shock rear suspension with 5 selectable load settings that can be matched to any terrain or different rider weight. The JR80 also features pointless electronic ignition, which allows easy starting with a simple kick, and with front and rear oil dampened shock absorbers, making riding comfortable and enjoyable. Now let's cross to our tester to tell us what it's like.
I looked at it like, yeah, this is going to be easy. It's got some power in it, I love it. It's really fun. It's not fast, it's not slow, but it's medium. It's really smooth, it was awesome. It's actually really cool. The gears were really easy because of my tiny toes and all. It's easy to click up, there's a nice foot gap. The other thing would be the clutch. When I bogged out a little, clutch just helped me heaps. For like kids who know how to jump, it's just like a mini pit bike for them. I reckon if you could find a pair of other forks but a bit more softer, looks cool. Yeah, I'd love one. I reckon just one for the backyard, the paddock, and just cruise around on it or just have a bit of fun on it. I reckon this is a perfect bike for beginners.
Suzuki Fun Bikes are the pick of the bunch for youngsters of all ages, and parents will be equally as happy with the latest offering from Suzuki. Until the end of the year, Suzuki will offer customers a $600 bonus pack on the purchases from within the range of Suzuki Fun Bikes.
For all your motorcycle insurance needs, contact InsureMyRide at InsureMyRide.com.au. Comprehensive motorbike insurance from less than $1 a day.
Well, Lee, another fantastic bike for the Christmas stocking there, buddy. Yeah, for sure. Look, I think any kid would be absolutely stoked with the new JR80, that's for sure.
My word.
All right, well, that's all we've got time for in this episode. Thanks so much for joining us. Until next time, hold it on. Same direction turns, fly. Thing nearly flew up my nose twice. Doesn't matter where we seem to do it, we're always in some kind of a fly zone.
Pull the front ones in, you want to go whoop, over the bars.
You got all kinds of colours going on in there. You got some
grey,
brown, you got a bit of black down the bottom here.
MXTV is proudly brought to you by InsureMyRide, great bike insurance cover at an affordable price. And Moto, quality oils for more than 150 years.